Welcome to the Pascale Pals 18th annual auction. My name is Pascale, and I'm excited to see our longtime supporters as well as the new faces that are in the audience this evening.
Pascale's Pals, I would describe them as a wonderful organization who gave us hope during some of our darker days.
Pascale's Pals is really a blessing.
When I was sick, there were nothing really for kids to do. My sister slept on a bathroom floor, and so it just really wasn't a good atmosphere. My mom and dad would have to alternate and sleep on couches. And so my mom started getting with a group of her friends. They did bake sales, and within that first year, they were able to furnish TVs in all the rooms. We really just try to ease the burden of being in the hospital. We've put in flat screen TVs, we've done Wii's, we've done DVD players, we've redone the playroom. We have also put in fold-out beds for the rooms, and so that allows parents or their siblings to be able to stay in the rooms. It's nice to have someone familiar there.
They give the beds for all the families to sleep on, so my parents would get to stay with me every night. So it was pretty great to have them stay the night and let them be there with me through the tough times.
The Funda baskets are something that we do when the child is kind of first diagnosed. It's really the first way that we are in communication with the parents and what's going on. And we work directly with the social workers to be able to work through that.
I think that was when I first started treatment, and at the time I didn't want to do anything. I would just lay in bed and sleep the day away. But I got this basket, and it had a bunch of goodies in it and an iPad, so I'd stay up and watch Netflix or play some games on there.
It was an amazing feeling getting that and opening it up. A computer and some lens attachments. Hopefully my photography will just blossom from there.
When Ryan had a cycle of chemo coming up right prior to Christmas, they told me our room number, and I had gotten here before they had from the clinic, and I walked in and there was 3 huge gift baskets full of stuff. Turns out it was from Pascale's Pals, and it was for Ryan, Brady, and Charlie, all 3 of our kids, and so that really meant a lot to us because being in the hospital is hard enough as it is, but being in the hospital around Christmas time and when all your other friends are at home and getting ready for Christmas, that was really tough, but that definitely, made the stay a lot easier and a lot more enjoyable. The small details and all the things that they add to the hospital really make coming here a lot more enjoyable.
Financially, we're able to support them. Mentally, we're able to support them. If they need to travel, we're able to support them. We actually help them in all aspects.
In more ways than one, Pascale's Pals has been there for us, and they helped us get Xander his very first car seat that we took him home in, and his first stroller, which helped us out tremendously. It really just kind of took a load off of my shoulders, and I've never had to ask. They've always offered, and that is really special. Especially for someone like me, I don't ever ask, so I really needed that. Someone to check up on me and say, hey, how are you doing? Do you need help? Because it's here if you need it, and we did need it, and I'm so glad that they were there for us.
Pascale's Pals is an organization that you can count on to be there, not just one time, but whenever you need them. I never thought that Bryson would get sick. He was healthy, he was smart. For a couple days, he was kind of wobbly, and he was kind of falling, and he'd get back up, and I was, not sure if he was a really silly kid, so I thought, he's just being silly, and so I got off work, and he had a birthday party to attend. He just was not himself. It was his classmates, and he loved his classmates, and he was just stuck to me, and he really didn't want to go anywhere, so we left, and I took him straight to the urgent care at Women's and Children's, and it happened to be his pediatrician that was there at the time, who we love, and we got back there, and he asked Bryson to walk for him, and started walking, and as I went in there, we were gonna go in, it's gonna be some minor thing, it'll be fine, we have plans later, and I watched his doctor's face. They sat me down and said, we need to do an MRI The doctor pulled up the image from the MRI, and he circled this area and he said, "You see this right here? Your son has a brain tumor." Over the next few days, we got our answers, and they said he has DIPG and there's a 0% survival rate. Pascale's Pals allows families to focus on themselves and focus on what's important. I quit work the day he was diagnosed. The 9 months he fought was the hardest, but one of the best times because I truly got to spend every second with him. They provided, anything I needed. It was crazy how when you ask for help that people will help you. You think that when you're in the hospital and your son's dying, you think that's the worst, but then they pass away. Without my friends and the community and everyone, I don't know how he would have had a funeral because I didn't get, I couldn't plan any of it. I couldn't do any of that, much less I couldn't come up with money to, for his $10,000 funeral. He had an awesome casket, a Captain America casket. There's no way I could have come up with the funds for it, and Pascale's Pals helped me with that, and it was such a relief. When you lose your child, you lose everything. You lose your whole life. And for an organization to come in and lift a weight off your shoulder like that, it's incredible.
No one wants to imagine his or her child being diagnosed with a life-threatening disease. What can provide comfort through these troubling times are organizations like Pascale's Pals. Every day they are working tirelessly to make a difference at the University of Missouri's Women's and Children's Hospital. Due to the support of the Columbia community, Pascale's Pals has touched so many lives.
Pascale's Pals wouldn't be what it is without the community. There are so many people and businesses and strangers that have done so much for Bryson and I.
Thank you for your generosity, your dedication, and your unwavering love and support for Pascale's Pals.
On behalf of Ryan Luce and the rest of our family, we just want to say thank you so much to Pascale's Pals and all that you've done for us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Xander, can we say thank you to Pascale and to Sylvie and Pascale's Pals and blow them kisses and mwah, thank you, we love you guys.
Because of your support of the Pascale Pals, we have been able to impact families like you just saw on the video this evening. But every day, more and more families need your help. Please consider donating this evening. Every penny counts. Thank you very much for your support of the Pascale Pals, and have a great evening.